Okay, hello everyone, this is Zach here. Just want to do a quick sound check please. Okay, is my sounds coming okay before we start? Okay, just to ensure my screen everything is fine. Okay, so do let me know if my sounds coming okay and my screen is okay by typing a 1 for me please. Okay, and we're gonna start right now. Okay, so today we're going to look into a new so-called the shakeout trades, okay, that I think is kind of worth to pay attention to. So market has been slightly a bit weak, okay, towards the closing of this week, especially on Thursday, Friday, but like I said, it's not that bad overall. Okay, so even though the closing is a bit weak, okay, on weakening, okay, but I think potentially is another type of healthy pullback probably is coming soon. Okay, hello Susan, thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so again, first of all, let's start with the dashboard. Okay, so any things that you do, like I say, it's good to come to check out the sector screener. Okay, no need to come to look into it every single day, but it's good for you at least to check once a week, twice a week. Okay, hello Astro, hello Zanali, thank you for the confirmation. Now again, few things that usually I kind of like interested. Of course, I will try to avoid sectors overall that is in slightly a bit downtrending, like healthcare is the one that usually is not the one that I'm interested with. Okay, those that tends to rip Pentagon, I think you can actually pay a little bit of attention, right? But why? Because if let's say the background is good, right? If let's say the background is good, but they tends to rip Pentagons, so probably they are going into a pullback setups. Okay, so I think it's worth to pay attention to on that parts. Okay, hello Tony, thank you for the confirmation as well. Okay, now let's, for example, KLCI, this is back to 6-month charts. Okay, so we got the red pentagons. Okay, overall if you notice the volume is low. Okay, it's not that come with very high volume, it's low volume. So again, potentially it's an unhealthy pullback. Okay, but I don't think the pullback is completed yet. Okay, yesterday is closed with a spring, which is a good sign, but we need a further confirmation. Okay, best is that they have more sound showing near to the 2040s area. Okay, so there's one for KLCI. So let's do into industrial product as well. So volume also decreasing. Okay, we got some 3 to 4 down bar. Okay, 3 to 4 down bar, but volume is decreasing. Hopefully you can see the screen here. Okay, so again is overall it's not that bad. Okay, overall it's not that bad. Okay, so if you look into like previously here, the red pentagons, right? Hopefully you can see my screen. Okay, red pentagons. So this is the one, it dropped, overall low volume, but we want to see a few up bar increasing volume. So that's the area that you want to confirm the pullback. Okay, so for those that who attend the masterclass, hopefully you know how to apply some of this strategy over here, right? You want to see some sound strength going back to 2040s, low volumes, then you want to see an up bar increasing volume to complete the pullbacks setups. Okay, so I think there will be more rates pentagons moving forward, because why? Most of the stocks, or maybe the sectors, right, some of them is slightly a bit far from 2040s. So what I think next week probably still will be a little bit of correction might be happening in the market. Okay, so if you look into property, okay, we got UT also. So it seems like they are heading to 2040. It's pretty far away already, okay, for property 2040. So again, it's time probably for them to do a nice pullback, or so-called a correction. Okay, so hello Wayland. So that's why I say it's very important, from time to time we come back here to check where is the overall direction of the market. At least the expectation, okay, what is going to happen next. Okay, let's say this happens, should you be worried or not? Okay, so for example, for me, yes, okay, my profit seems like reducing already for these 2 days, but I think overall is a very healthy type of setups. Okay, now consumer also is very close to 2040s. Okay, so like I said, this is one of the sectors too that I am like watching, okay, very close. Okay, plantation still remains kind of far away from 2040s. Okay, so sometimes just afraid they will do a pullback too. Okay, now let's go to some of the list that I have. Okay, so today I just want to keep it short, okay, because I know tomorrow is is Monday, right? So I want to keep this short. Today we just want to focus some of the shakeout trades that I think is worth for you to pay attention to. Okay, so again, this is just my own list. Okay, probably I will miss out some trades. Okay, so like I say, sometimes I only get a pair of eyes. Okay, so sometimes I probably will miss out some other trades. Okay, so if you think that you spot a nice shakeout, okay, sometimes you can actually share it to the members group there. We can discuss together, or you can type it over here. Okay, so probably I will include in the discussion as well. Now at the moment, I think I do spot, this is how many stocks now, let me check. How many I have? Okay, 35. Okay, sorry, 37. I got around like 37s in my shakeout list right now. Okay, so I think is probably we can study a little bit. Okay, and let's see how it goes. Okay, now first of all, volcano. Okay, so volcano, right? So here UT. So do remember, okay, members, every time you see UT, okay, you must be prepared. Okay, because there are a few things will happen. Either it's distribution, or they will move sideways, shakeout. Okay, they will move sideways, shakeout. Okay, now you need to really differentiate this. Okay, so like for example, theta. Okay, theta is a UT, but immediately distribute. Okay, from the top to the bottom. Okay, but volume's coming back. Okay, which is nice. So if you realize your background is kind of like very strong momentum like theta, whenever you see UT like this, you tend to be careful because there's high chances for the stock to do a distribution. Okay, for the stock to do distribution. But if you look into something like just now volcano, or maybe something like fitter, right? So it goes up, it make a UT, but after that it holding well within the UT areas. Okay, so potentially this stock might going into a sideway or do a shakeout. Okay, so I think volcano is this type, right? So it got a UT, it's not far away from 2040s. They don't have climatic type of movements. Then subsequently, it's trading within the range. Okay, so this shakeout areas. Okay, hopefully for members, okay, especially those like I said attended the masterclass before, you're able to identify, okay, this area. Okay, now type of 1 for me if you can spot, type of 2 for me if you can spot this shakeout in volcano. Okay, type of 1 for me if you can spot this shakeout in volcano, type of 2 for me if you cannot spot. Okay, so like I said, shakeout trade is very important. Okay, first of all, you identify support, which is very important, resistance, so you know your risk to reward. Okay, so like I said right several times, shakeout trade doesn't mean it will break up, but most of the breakout trade will come with a shakeout. Okay, most of the breakout trade will come with a shakeout. Okay, so here we got a shakeout over here, we test supports, head to resistance. Okay, we got another UT, so it seems like they're going to do another round of probably a supports over them. Okay, thank you Lahi for the confirmation. Okay, now do remember members, do let me know. Okay, sometimes if let's say you check the stocks, if you think that hey, I cannot see the shakeout, okay, so probably you want to hide to me, so probably I will see, okay, how should I helps to make this better, okay, or easier, right? So okay, now the next one is Cotra. Okay, Cotra, actually I don't think I see a clear shakeout yet. Okay, but let's look into a bigger picture around here. Okay, so this is actually is a COB, okay, change of behavior. So here we got a pretty good support around this area. Okay, so this is just a minor one. Okay, the volume is not that heavy yet, it's not very high yet. Okay, but I kind of like the low volume holding well on 2040s. Okay, so I think this is under healthcare as well. Am I right? Okay, I go to symbol info, health technology. Okay, so I believe it's under healthcare stand, right? So but all the trend is pretty good. Okay, so that's why I'm still following Cotra. Okay, a money check at the bottom. Okay, but here is a big weakness bar. So what I do is that actually I was waiting for them to do another round shakeout. Okay, so hopefully with this weakness, they do another shakeout again. So that's where that I want to look for my entry. Okay, now again, just a very quick one. Okay, especially for members, not all the stocks over here I will buy. Okay, behold, there's 37 stocks. Okay, not all the stock I will buy, but some of the stock for me is that I want to monitor for maybe next week, next 2 weeks, next month, next 2 months. Okay, because it's good always you want to keep a group of lists, okay, so that you know whenever you TP these counters, you exit these counters, then you know which is the stock that you want to aim next. Okay, like for example, Cotra for me, I don't think I will rush to enter the trade, because to be frank with you, I've used up all my capitals already. At the moment, the trades that I'm holding, I think it's still worth to keep. Okay, so I don't have to switch over. But if let's say for example, right, some of the stocks that hit my stop loss tomorrow or hit my TP tomorrow, if I got cash, then I will come to this list and relook into it. Okay, so that's why it's always good to keep at least few counters for you to monitor 1, 2, 3 weeks later on. Now this is HHH Help What's Holdings, okay, also making a very nice shakeout through at the bottom, because some high volume followed by low volume. Okay, the volume is not that strong yet. Okay, so again, this is kind of similar like Fitter, Volcano. It got a UT at the top, and subsequently it just stopped the overall uptrends there. Okay, but a clear shakeout. So like I say, sometimes a big UT. Okay, I didn't say it's 100%. Okay, against we are here not to tell you which counter to buy, which counter to sell. Okay, we are not doing tips over here, but just that using VSA, we want to slightly increase our chance, okay, by analyzing the movement of the smart money. So what usually I realize is that whenever the stocks having a strong big UT, okay, they tends to do a 2 shakeout. Okay, of course the first shakeout most of the time it will hit the resistance. Okay, just like for example, I think what's the counters ready? Volcano, if I'm not mistaken, right? So sometimes what they do is that once here got UT, probably they do another shakeout again. So that's why Volcano, like I say, I don't have capital right now, okay? But if let's say they do the second shakeout, I think I will go to try it. Okay, so HHH, okay, currently they completed second shakeout. Of course, support is very close. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, now let's go into Eureka. Now this is a bit trending already. Okay, moving into a strong uptrend. We got some UT, high volumes. Okay, that stops the uptrend. Okay, from here. So break below 2040. Again, this is some of the patterns that will happen during reaccumulations, right? So hopefully for members, you'll still remember what is the criteria for reaccumulation. Okay, so let's see how many members is here today. I know today I go a little bit too fast because I want to cover a few counters that is worth to pay attention to. For members, okay, please type A for me if you still remember the criteria for reaccumulation. Type A for me if you still remember the criteria for reaccumulation. Type B for me if you forgot, okay, or maybe you didn't attend, okay, maybe you just joined us recently, you didn't attend. Now I do remember I do cover in one of the weekly training, if I'm mistaken, about reaccumulation. Okay, there are a few criteria that you want to look into. Okay, after the stocks go up in a very strong trend, climatic volume is always dangerous, okay, especially when they fail to hold 2040s. Okay, so for example, like here, right, climatic volumes, right, climatic volume, they fail to hold 2040s. So what happened next is that you want to see this kind of bars coming up, right? The up bar increasing volumes. Okay, the up bar increasing volume is the one that hold the overall price. Okay, so another one, okay, here crossing back to 2040s. Okay, crossing back to 2040s. Okay, subsequently sideways above 2040s. Okay, yes, thank you Sam, thank you Zanali, thank you Ashraf. Okay, now do remember, if you forgot, okay, if you think that you need revision, go back to the videos again, to watch some of the clues, okay, that you can spot from from this reaccumulation over here. So Eureka, like I said, I kind of like here overall, right? So I think they are just completed this shakeout as well. Okay, pushing it back, high volume. Now seems like kind of lots of spring. Okay, at exactly at the 40 mm. Okay, so again, this is a trade that I haven't really entered yet. Okay, so like I said, building a new list for me, just in case I exit this, exit that, then there's a few counters I want to look into. Okay, yes, thank you Lahi. Okay, yes, this is potentially a PP bar, but it didn't break above and follow through, so probably want to wait for the next PP bar again. Right, so now this is the one that I'll be straightforward with you. This is the one that among the lists, okay, among all the lists there, this is the one that I'm very keen. Okay, this is the one that I'm very keen. I haven't entered yet. Okay, actually hit my preferred entry price. Okay, I do remember, I think I shared in the members chat rooms there. I'm looking for 30 cents. Okay, actually it hit, but I didn't kill. Okay, so like I said, I used up my capital unfortunately. So let's see how it go next week. Okay, if I'm able to exit some, then I will probably try a little bit. Okay, so here we got gap, UT gap. Okay, but it didn't break below, goes up, tested several times, shake out, pushing it back, high volumes, low volumes, back to supports. Okay, so around 30 cents area. Okay, so again, I'm not doing buy call, but just my personal preference. Okay, do remember this is 30 cents counters, a bit volatile, so that's why I don't want to rush myself to enter the trades. Okay, unless I got some good profits from other trades. You know, I don't hold in too many penny counters. Okay, KLSE is not super bullish yet. Do remember this. Okay, don't hold too many penny counters if you have, you know, if you don't have time to monitor the market. Okay, now the other one is this is PA resources. Okay, so if you look into weekly chart, is super good. Okay, weekly chart is super good. Okay, so again, I'm not doing buy call over here. Okay, I just trying to say I will continue to monitor further. NS, okay, it didn't hold very well, so here you got UT high volume, break below, resistance, break. Okay, now seems like hopefully you're still you know, forming some of the low volumes bar over here, right? So few things that actually you can do. Okay, now this is making me more easier. Okay, 2 out of 8 is not that fantastic, but let's see. Okay, so if you are looking for long-term one, you actually can come to check over here. So this is the counters that I think I include this in my list as well. I kind of like the FA because it's 5 over 8. Okay, we talk about the counters later on. Okay, profitable business, small dividend payout, high tangible to price, cash rich, low gearing, very high trading value. Okay, so the Pentagon flow also is 90%. Okay, so well, let's see how it goes. Okay, for LC Titans, I think I got include this over here in this list. Okay, but PA, both to monitor. Okay, so the other one, okay, this one already break below. So no trade for me at the moment. Okay, unless they cross back up. Okay, now the reason why FIHB I include in this list because if not mistaken, I include on last week, I think Monday or Tuesday. Okay, when the price crossed back to this support line after this LC. Okay, it seems like holding well, but unfortunately it turns to another UT again, right? So this is a problem most of the time when your counters, okay, when your counters having a big UT. Okay, so I think overall it's not that bearish at the moment, but just that I think that they will probably go a bit deeper, do a bit shakeout again for a few weeks before they cross back up. Okay, a bit similar, like can't remember me like you know, QES, Psycom if I'm mistaken, you know, this kind of stuff. Okay, but at the moment I don't think there's a strong signals yet. Okay, because this LC is failed to hold. Okay, so probably not my priority at the moment. Okay, so what I do, okay, I just park my alerts over here, just add my alerts. Okay, so whenever they cross back, I know, okay, some things, you know, interesting is coming up. Okay, just want to pop my volume alerts. Okay, so that I know, right, when they cross, I know, right? So okay, now Psycom. Okay, Psycom actually shakeout is already completed, but somehow the volume is, you know, kind of like lag a little bit, so that's why I still hesitate want to enter on. Okay, so here we got one big shakeout. Okay, so the other day it crossed, I kind of happy and excited because Psycom is the one that I've been monitoring for quite some time. Okay, I've been still following them, okay, for since last year actually. So here got -1 crossing back, but you know, pretty good. These 2-3 weeks is actually holding back in certain areas. Okay, so if I look into the weekly chart actually turns to green pairing with an NS. Okay, so probably it's good for mid to long term. Okay, now let's try here. Psycom. Oh, 6 out of 8. Okay, very high. Okay, so well, probably is good to consider for mid to long term then. Okay, so let's look into Xinhua. Xinhua, I think, yeah, this one still haven't completed yet. Okay, so not my priority, but like I say, it's always good to add this kind of stocks. you know, in case like for example TAS I miss already, or maybe Cycon I miss already, break up 10-20% tomorrow next week. So maybe I want to monitor more on Xinhua, right? So Xinhua, that's why I put my list over here, 40 cents. Okay, I want to ensure they cross high volumes. Then I want to look for a chance for me to enter supports. Okay, so here we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you notice, resistance, lots of UT, right? We got UT and we got some UT over here as well. So that's why they are still doing the wash, okay, or shakeout. Okay, but overall, if you look into weekly charts over here, I think the accumulation is pretty strong. Okay, just that probably it's not that ready yet. Okay, kind of similar like tech cycle, okay, previously. Okay, so like I said, I'm going a bit too fast today. Okay, type of 1 for me if you still can follow, or type of 2 for me probably you cannot follow or a little bit blur already. Okay, type of 1 for me if you can follow. Okay, type of 2 for me if you blur already cannot follow. Not really understand what's going on over here. Okay, so today, like I said, I'm going a bit fast because I want to cover these few counters. Okay, so I'm not let me know. Okay, so if let's say I'm going a little bit too fast, probably I'll slow down a little bit and we focus few counters. Okay, then the rest you can actually try to study your own. Okay, now MBSB. Okay, also shakeout completed. Right here we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is a small one. So this is the one that I think we mentioned about these counters after this shakeout and this shakeout as well. Okay, but the problem is the closing on Thursday is a bit high volume. Okay, the closing on Thursday is a bit high volume. So probably want to monitor for a few days. Okay, if you haven't really entered for MBSB. Okay, so best is that it's going sideways with low volume. So that's where that you want to monitor further. Okay, so far I got Wong, Lai, Susan, Astro. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so right, I will maintain the speed here. Okay, ATA. Okay, ATA resources. Okay, so okay, weekly. Okay, because this is a bit volatile, so I need to check on the weekly, right? So PSC. Okay, thank you, Philip. Okay, so PSC we got a big pump and dump. Okay, now again a big pump and dump, right? So we want to avoid unless this buttons up, right? So kind of remind me like theta right now. Okay, but of course theta happening in the daily chart, but doesn't mean, do remember, after from here to here you don't expect the price to go like this. Okay, yes, sometimes it will, but most of the time it won't. Okay, so what you do is that you want to see a series of a sideways. Okay, so just give you some example, because I know a lot of people in theta right now, okay, hoping to average down or want to enter because it's cheap right now, because it's 1 ringgit 30 cent, previously is 2 ringgit 40 cents. You want to get the 100%. Okay, but do remember, okay, after the price goes up like this, most of the time it needs some time, okay, for them to goes back up. Okay, so you want to monitor further on the sign of strength parts. Okay, so for example that I can think of, what's the counters right here? I think it's Ultronic, is it? Okay, similar like this one, but this is below 2040s. So this is below 2040s. Okay, example like here, but definitely when you see this volume, usually the downtrend will stop. Okay, not to say that it won't goes down, but of course the sideways shakeout will still happen, but at least it won't go through like this anymore. Okay, so yeah, that's theta. Okay, so if I go back to ETA right now, okay, so because currently we got at least 1-2 bar high volume, right? So probably got a chance to retest on certain resistance. Okay, so let's go back to daily. What I actually interested in this range over here. Okay, so it seems like here we got a shakeout, cross back high volume. Now seems like here the low of the gaps is building a nice supports. Okay, nice supports with some low volume, so it's good for those that who are looking for a white ball trades. Okay, so probably you want to check out at the low of the gaps. Okay, but ETA definitely is not my type. I'll be straightforward with you, but like I said, I just add into my watch list, in case, let's say for example, right, it really go back to the support low risk. Okay, no harm to try. Okay, but if let's say it didn't come to me, the price didn't come to me, then it's fine. Okay, Now mountain, okay, is this, okay, is a VCP trades. Okay, so again VCP also got shakeout. Okay, so here is the shakeout, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so very low volume right now. So if let's say we focus in this area, okay, we got another UT, so potentially we retest 2040s. Okay, I just park 50 cents. Okay, but probably I think mountain is property, right? Let's check. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's property. Okay, because currently I got holding few counters really on property, so probably I will let's see. Okay, because I got Centauria. Centauria is also a shakeout trades, by the way. The other one is Ecowo SB Satir, E&O or MCO, I forgot. Oh, E&O if not mistaken. MCO already, I missed the MCO trades. Okay, so okay, now and Siemens. Okay, let's look into this weekly over here. This is period resistance turning to supports. Okay, going back to daily. Now this is the area of a small shakeup. Okay, so this is actually Siemens didn't have a very clear shakeup patterns. Okay, but what I like about them is this high volume UT holding back on the gaps. Okay, at the moment. Okay, a small shakeup previously, somewhere around here. So probably it's a good trades for you to enter during a reaccumulations too. Okay, so let's look into L Steel. Okay, let's switch to weekly. Okay, here previously resistance. Oops, sorry. Okay, previously resistance. Okay, turns to supports. Okay, so here got a minor small shakeup. Okay, by using this weekly chart. Okay, so if I go back to daily, okay, here we got one area, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is actually 2 crossing back 3. Okay, overall still low volume. Okay, but they are building a very nice it's kind of like reaccumulation around this area too. Okay, but the volume is slightly a bit boring, so that's why I will probably go for focus more on PA, probably because the volume seems like more exciting in the moment. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of remind me on Tiongna, because Tiongna also stuck for a few months already. Okay, so Hume Industry also got a very nice one over somewhere around there. Okay, so if I draw somewhere around here, this is period supports. Okay, if I switch to daily, okay, don't have very clear big shakeout. Okay, but we still can see this kind of bars. Okay, pushing back. Okay, below the main support, and we got some high volume pushing it back. Okay, followed by a series of low volume. Okay, but let me zoom in over here. Okay, so low volume after some high volume bar. Okay, pushing it back to 2040s. Okay, so yes, Hume Industry both to pay attention. Okay, once the volume is getting lower. Kim Lun. Okay, Kim Lun here. But Kim Lun percent I don't think is ready yet. Okay, I might be wrong, but the reason why it's a shakeout trade, no doubt, but because of the bar that going up to the supports is low volume. Okay, so that's why I keep in my list, but it's not my priority. Okay, for Kim Lun. Okay, Gardang Field also. Okay, the other day I kept because it got a high volume, pushing back to 2040s, but sorry, pushing back to certain support area, but in the end it failed to hold. Okay, so again, it's not my priority. Okay, just pop my alerts here in case it turns back up. Okay, but at the moment I'm probably just going to remove. I removed Kim Lun as well, if not too many already. Okay, KSL. Okay, KSL is both to pay attention to, because I do see the volume is kind of exciting. Okay, a bit similar like Centauria, a bit similar like LBS, E&O if not mistaken, because they got a very obvious volume, okay, coming back to certain area, right? So if I look into weekly, okay, unfortunately it turns to UT the other day. Okay, so this is a big LC, high volume. Okay, so if let's say for example, I say you don't know where's the support, okay, you just draw first. Okay, then you know where's the support. Okay, so once you draw already, you know here got lots of resistance at UT, right? So here got a small one before they cross back up, right? So whenever the price got the candles, okay, got UT or, you know, down by high volume, you know, again, same things, either it's a distribution, if not shakeout. Okay, so in this case here, KSL after got this weakness bar, after I would say high volume, shakeout. Okay, so let's go back to daily. Okay, so here's a nice support, pushing back a little bit, goes back up, high volumes. Okay, now seems like volume is getting lower these few days. Okay, so probably you want to monitor again as long as staying above the 2040s, right? So I think it's worth to pay attention to. Okay, but again, like I said, to be frank with you, probably KSL I won't really follow. Okay, because I think I'm holding like around 4 property counters at the moment. Okay, so probably I just want to keep my cash for other sectors. Okay, so this is another one, Mobilia. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Here, UT. Okay, and the price cannot break above the UT. Drop, pushing it back. Okay, so here we want to see more low volume. Okay, now Mobilia, it haven't really hit my preferred entry price yet. Okay, so this is the area that somewhere I'm looking for to lower down my risk. Okay, so pierce resistance should become a nice support. Okay, so I hope that they are holding on 2040s with low volume. Okay, tech cycle. Okay, closing on Friday is not that fantastic. Okay, but still both to pay attention. Okay, because the volume on the LC is great. Okay, just that I wish to have a better confirmation on the shakeout trades there. Okay, now again, do remember, especially for members, that's why every time if you look into shakeout trades, okay, few things that you want to prefer to wait. Okay, I know some member will tell me that, yeah, after shakeout sometimes break up further. Okay, yes, sometimes break up further. Okay, but most of the time I think lots of counter they will wait for you. Okay, I mean, just my personal opinions. Okay, because another reason why I like to wait, because sometimes, like I said, on the next day or next 2 days, it will show you a further confirmation on the trades. Okay, so for example, like tech cycle, the LC, okay, breaking back to this previous support. Okay, so again, this is previous support. Okay, with the NS, right? So it dropped with low volume. This why it's a shakeout trades. Okay, when it crossed with high volume, okay, the next few days is the one that you want to see. Okay, is there any sellers or not? So let's say there's no seller, price should hold around the support areas. Okay, so in this case, it seems like yeah, there's still some sellers coming in, but again, Thursday is, you know, a bit weak overall the market, so I think it's just there's people selling it, so that's why we want to wait for a clear confirmation. Okay, so for me, I don't need to, you know, wait for the breakout. Okay, let's say the setup, everything is good. Okay, so for me, this range here is already good for me to do a quick trade. Okay, so around like 15%. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, if let's say it can break high volume, test the back, low volume, okay, then probably we aim for the white ball trades. Okay, so again, few things here. We got uptrust high volume, okay, and sideways shakeout. Okay, so sometimes if let's say the UT is really too big, it will hit here, UT again, shakeout again. Okay, so just like I think just now we already see like Xinhua, right? So that's why, especially on this kind of trade, when your left hand side got a big UT, okay, it's always good to at least TP half near the resistance. Okay, especially when you are facing the first shakeout. Okay, if let's say the shakeout is like 2 to 3 times already, I think if you want to hold, I think it's okay, right? Because sometimes they will break after the 2 shakeout or third shakeout. Okay, so okay, now type of 1 for me again. If you all still can follow so far. Okay, type of 1 for me if you still can follow so far. Type of 2 for me if you know somehow lost a little bit. Okay, so this is few ways, okay, actually how I handle my trade. Okay, just want to share with you personally. So again, just want to do a repeats over here, right? So if let's say I'm trading very close with the UT bar, okay, in this case, like for example, tech cycles, right? okay, example like this, okay, after they completed the first shakeout, okay, if it completed a shakeout over here, okay, it goes to the resistance, but at the same time got UT. Okay, doesn't matter if big or small, I will take at least half from here, because why? Potentially it will make another shakeout. Okay, if the trades, okay, already completed several times already, shakeout, okay, and when the price hits to resistance with increasing volume with no UT, probably I'll risk the current profit for more profit, okay, because I know they do 2-3 times shakeout already. Okay, maybe ready for a break, okay, something like that, right? So okay, yep. So this is how usually I handle my trade. Okay, so again, sometimes I might be wrong lah. Okay, I think there's one trade also. I forgot what's the stocks already. Okay, actually I missed. Okay, I thought that okay, hit resistance already. The time market is big. I take all the profits. Okay, and the price just goes up. Okay, another 50-60 over %. Okay, now MKLand. Okay, this is easy to monitor and spot. But like I said, unfortunately, I got like four property stocks already. But let's see if let's say Central tomorrow move, hopefully, okay, let's say tomorrow move, I probably will take a little bit and move to this MK. Okay, so we got kind of nice LC, high volume. The next day I don't see any weakness, UT, okay, but it still do a shakeout, 1, 2, big one. Okay, pushing it back, high volume, there's UT as well, but price didn't follow through. Very nice with the NS, okay. So again, if I able to TP some, like my Centauria, or maybe I'll consider SP or this, if you give me a chance, okay, on 22 cents, okay, probably it's worth to pay attention to it. Okay, hello everyone, very sorry about that. Okay, my internet connection just disconnect earlier on. Okay, hopefully it's fine right now. Okay, just want to check. Okay, so hopefully my internet connection is fine right now. Type a 1 for me, please, to confirm. Okay, very sorry about that. Okay, because connection on weekend is usually a bit weak on my side here. Okay, so Ramso haven't really showed a very nice setup yet. Sorry, a good shakeout yet, because the volume on this screen playing a bit low. Okay, so probably I'm just going to monitor for a while. Okay, need to be slightly a bit faster, okay, because I think my connection is a bit not that stable, right? Okay, high volume, but again, this is another property count, is not mistaken. Okay, Aneka. Okay, fail to hold the LC. Sorry, fail to hold above this area. Okay, let me check again. So that's why sometimes it's good to wait 1 or 2 days. Okay, I like to wait at least actually I prefer 3rd days. I prefer to wait 1, 2, 3rd days, look for the entry. Okay, so Afin. Okay, let's go to daily over here. Okay, we got some shakeout areas, but this is like a reaccumulation. Okay, this area, we got this area. Okay, so now seems like holding well on this LC. Okay, so HPP, okay, HPP is better than Aneka. Okay, so but again, I want to see 1 or 2 days more. Okay, because what the price current is a bit far from the 20 MA. Okay, slightly a bit far from 20 MA. So sometimes I will rather wait for a few more days, okay, to ensure okay low volume is holding well in the areas. Okay, so here we got sell off. Okay, turns to resistance. LC high volume. Okay, so far it's still holding well, 2 days already. Okay, 2 days already. Okay, the next thing is that probably I'll wait for let's say okay, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. If let's say the price is very close to 2040s, still remain low volume, okay, then is I think a trade that can pay attention to. Okay, so just pop my list over here. Okay, SS steel, kind of similar like sorry, this is Southern steel. Okay, kind of similar like L steel as well. We got some shakeout patterns somewhere around here. Okay, it breaks below, push it back again. Okay, but volume remains to be very low for L steel and SS steel. So probably I will wait for something like most of the transportation counters, okay, when they got a more obvious volume coming into the chart, okay, before I want to look for the entry. Okay, if not, this one will be like my another Jongnam. Okay, it will sideways and hold for few months. Okay, now Ultimax. Okay, we got a reversal trades from here, downtrends, reverse, high volume, pretty good. Here is a small shakeout, right? It's kind of remind me like Saipa RL Puncak kind of style. Okay, so this is, I'll say, high volume. The next day down with high volume, so you make a shakeout. Okay, push it back. Okay, so the next thing, okay, hopefully I will see some very good COC for 3 days, or maybe volumes getting lower for 3 days. Okay, or 2 or 3 days would be good for me. Okay, to consider for the trades. Okay, so HSS EB. Let's look into weekly charts. This is almost in accumulation. Okay, we got some high volumes around this area. Okay, so price moving sideways with shakeouts. Okay, let's move to daily. Okay, this is the shakeout areas that we're looking for. Okay, let me zoom up a little bit. Okay, here we got some supports. Fail to hold turns to resistance, pushing it back, increasing volumes. Holdings, okay, currently testing around the area with low volume. Okay, so again, a good trades for white ball. Okay, from supports potentially to resistance. Okay, Klci Cynics, a bit similar like what counters already. Eureka, okay, but personally I think I prefer Eureka more if I want to trade in this strong uptrend here. Okay, so weekly charts haven't really turned into green pentagon. Okay, so this is the area. The price drop, Sarah UT, okay, break. Okay, now the reason why Klci Cynics is not my priority, because I don't see a obvious up bar high volumes, okay, when they cross the support level. Okay, but again, it's good to monitor. Sometimes the high volume will come in later on. Okay, like for example PP bar in SIPS crop, in some of the transportation counters. Okay, then they'll pull backs again. Okay, OpenSys as well, again kind of similar like Puncha, Cyparts, and just now Ultimax. Okay, because they actually make a reversal from here, crossing back 2040, increasing volume, drop. Okay, this one already hit resistance, so the next thing we want to see at least few bar of low volume, then we trades to support the resistance. Okay, so this is the first white ball trades, okay, we are looking for. The reasons why overall I think the up bar on the high the volume on the up bar is pretty good. Okay, even though the closing a bit disappointing on Friday, but overall it's low volume, so maybe you want to see more any test bar or a spring bar, okay, near to this area here. Okay, low volume would be nice, okay, on close to the 2040s. Okay, weekly charts still haven't crossed the 40 yet. Okay, KPJ is another one that very close with the upthrust. So do remember, hopefully you still remember. Okay, now a few ways that you can handle or tackles, right, whenever you see upthrust high volume. Okay, now like I say, upthrust high volume, few things will happen. Either it will distribute, if not sideways with a shakeout. Okay, now I think KPJ is a shakeout. Okay, I think KPJ is shakeout. Why? Because on the background, I don't see something a crazy movement like theta. Okay, so if let's say I see crazy movement with a big UT, then I'll be more worried most of the time. But because this one is like moving up, yes, we got some several healthy pullback before a UT. Okay, so in this case over here, if you look into previous UT, it also do a shakeout right here, do a shakeout before it goes up. Okay, so similar like here. Again, don't ask me how many times they do shakeout because I really don't know. Okay, but like I say, I prefer to have two shakeout if let's say the UT come with very high volumes. Okay, example like Cotra like Parkson previously, until now still haven't crossed yet, if not mistaken. Fitter, now Fitters is trying to break, okay, on the UTs there, right? So whenever you see this big UT, usually it tends to take some efforts, okay, shakeouts sideways before they cross, okay. But overall, there's no major distributions yet. Okay, dominance. Okay, let's look into weekly. Okay, I think this weekly chart, the shakeout is pretty clear. Okay, LC high volume because some NS. Okay, so this is like a shakeout areas around this area. Okay, price pushing back. Okay, here is a better volume coming up. Okay, so I looking around like 855. Okay, hopefully I can get, okay, to lower down my risk a little bit. So if I look into my daily chart, okay, so again this is the shakeout areas. Okay, nice support areas, high volume followed by low volume. Okay, high volume followed by low volume. Okay, let me erase here. This is a big area, low volumes, so it seems like the volume slowly coming back, but it's not liquid yet. Okay, it's not that liquid yet, so that's why I'm waiting for see whether I can get a little bit on support or not. Okay, LBS. Okay, so let me erase. Okay, so this one also do 3 times. Here we got 1. Okay, fail to hold, break, 2, 3. Okay, now if let's say for example your stocks, okay, that having 2 or 3 shakeout, okay, another clues that you can look for, again this is just my personal observation, I think most of the time let's say they got this kind of setups, it means that the shakeout is slightly better. Okay, so if you realize, like for example, like LBS, it got 3 shakeout, right? 1, 2 and 3, right? And if you realize the third one, the shakeout area getting lesser, which means chances for them to try resistance or break resistance is higher. Okay, so if you look into MBSB, okay, so like I say, usually I don't know, okay, how many times they do shakeout, okay, but if let's say you're able to spot 1 or 2 counters that they are doing like at least like 2 or 3 shakeout, right? These are a few things that you can look into. Okay, so first one, a big one after some trend, right? So second one still pretty big, okay, but if you realize sometimes they do a third one, okay, here is getting lesser, right? It's getting smaller, so chances for them to head into the next resistance is higher. Okay, so type A for me please, okay, if you understand this. Okay, type A for me or type B for me if you're confused and you need me to repeat. Okay, so again, this is how you some of the tricks I usually I'll look into. Like for example, sometimes I spot, okay, these 2 counters, okay, these 2 counters also got 2 or 3 shakeout. Okay, so I will see which shakeout have a shorter period. Okay, if let's say the shakeout is still like this, right, so which means that maybe there's still got lots of seller in the background. Okay, sometimes. Okay, okay, let's continue from here. I think I still got a few more stocks. Okay, then we will close for today's sections. Okay, so like I said, today a little bit quick because I just want to share with you some of the stocks that I think I will monitor closely moving forward these few days or weeks. Okay, if I got new shakeout counters, I will share with members. So here's an example. Okay, this one not yet completed yet. Okay, this one not yet completed yet, but I think the sound of strength is still there. I don't know why. Okay, so here, okay, here we focus on the current one. Okay, so here, this is a kind of big one, right? They're pushing back high volumes, they drop low volume. So the next bar or next few bars, if let's say it break with high volumes, okay, now you know why I focus, right? Because this is a big one, this is a small one. Okay, so whenever the small one completed, I don't expect them to like this, but to here also pretty good for me. Okay, to here also very good for me. Okay, so okay, shakeout is like VCP. I can say so because if you understand how VCP form, right, it actually tried to do a shakeout also. You know, first shakeout, second, third before it breaks up. Okay, so yes, VCP also is a shakeout trade actually, but just that, you know, whenever whenever the price heading to resistance, okay, the shakeout tends to be getting smaller, the range. Okay, so this is representing the sellers is getting lesser in this reaccumulation. Okay, but do remember Binacom, okay, like I said, the shakeout is not completed yet, so I still parking my alerts over there. Okay, so let's see next week got chance or not. Okay, so for me right now, I'm not going to rush my trades. Okay, like I said, I use up all my capitals. All right, unless, you know, this trade is like very nice, very good, then okay, I will probably pay attention to it a little bit more. Okay, so now media. Okay, so this is going into reaccumulation, and I think potentially, I don't know, might be having some VCP setups too. Okay, here we got okay, period supports turns to resistance. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit here. Supports, resistance, resistance, break, break back. Okay, so we got a big range, small range. Okay, so I don't know whether it will break here or not, but here to here, how many percent? Here to here, 16%. Okay, so here to here, maybe on the risk around like 5%. Okay, 1/3. Okay, so that's media. If you check on weekly, okay, weekly also turns to green pentagon. Okay, if you want to have a better confirmation, you wait for the bar to close back to the green pentagon. Okay, so this is sometimes how I use it. Okay, on the weekly green pentagon bar. Okay, they close back. Probably here we have a stronger signals. Okay. All right, last one. Okay, this is Jftech. Okay, members, probably you can type to me as well if you spot any good shakeout trades that I didn't include in this video here. Probably you just type for me. Okay, we will discuss. Okay, I will spend around like 10 more minutes with you all. Okay, now overall, Jftech is still in a reaccumulation after this high volume bar. Price hold very well. Okay, let me just draw over here. Okay, price still hold very well, going to a nice reaccumulation. But in short term wise, okay, if you realize, here got a one period of shakeout, right? This area. Okay, so here hopefully we'll see low volume. Okay, but anyway, I'm still holding Jftech for mid to long term, to be frank. But let's say the shakeout is nice, is sideways at the areas, somewhere around this area, for a few days or maybe few weeks. Okay, if I got cash at the time, probably I'll consider to add a little bit more. Okay, for Jftech. Okay, but again, it's a little bit slow type of counters because I mean, makes sense, right? It goes up, drop until like this, high volume. Again, this is a bit similar like theta style. Okay, I'm not sure whether theta will like this or not. Okay, but again, just want to get your expectation right. Usually you have this kind of movement, drop, this kind of bar doesn't mean that it will shoot up immediately. Okay, it will still sideways. Okay, along the way, most important is that you want to see more effort bar. Okay, up bar increasing volume, then it's good. Okay, so my internet connection is a bit slow right now. Okay, okay, so my screen is okay right now. Okay, so okay, sorry about that because I think my internet connection is a bit slow right now. Let me check again. Okay, so well, with this, thank you for joining me to this section. Okay, unfortunately,